Hiya, good evening. Welcome back to the channel with my co-host Amanda and our guest, the long-awaited Taitsy, Austin Free. How you doing?
I'm all right.
You good?
So, yeah, good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm just going to jump straight in. Do you know what?
Yeah.
This interview spans 5 decades, just to make me
Yeah.
and you feel really old. Do you know what I mean? Late 80s, even in high, from all the way from high school to now,
uh,
and it feels like a bit of a blink, doesn't it? Really,
well, it does, doesn't it? It goes too fast.
it really does.
Uh, yeah. Enjoy it while you can.
Being a
That's what it's
teenager, it is. Being a teenager
yeah.
back then in Wythenshawe in Manchester, same as me, it was a special place in the late 80s, wasn't it?
Well, I would have been in Cholton then.
In where?
Cholton.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So we had like Wilbraham High School. We used to go to the youth clubs and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a bit mad back then, wasn't it?
It really was. I found that era though, it felt like a musical revolution, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah, all the electro and stuff like that was coming in. It was, but for me, the youth of today don't get it anymore.
I suppose
Not like
that's
we.
why. No, not like we did.
No.
Uh,
Looking back though, like where was you, where when it first broke out in 88, 89? What
yeah.
was your immediate thoughts on it? What was you like? Was you excited? Did you know that this was you?
No, I didn't. I was a mum. I was a young mum, you see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I knew it was going on, but it wasn't something I really got into. I listened to music all the time at home, and I didn't really get involved till I was about 20.
Which would have
Uh,
been
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I used to collect records and all that, but going out wise, it was going to a friend of mine used to do illegal parties in Hume. So we used to go there, and it was like the after parties after the hacienda because that shut at 2 o'clock at that time.
it did, didn't it?
It did. So there was nowhere else to go after 2 o'clock. So my mate's brother had this like masonette in Hume, and he knocked the whole top floor into a dance floor, and it was weird because it was
oh
mad.
wow.
And at 8 o'clock they were still going for it. It was crazy, but
That's,
good times.
the music scene in Hume though, that incorporated like, the early with before New Order. The Smiths were also there in Hume as well, weren't they, for a time as well? There was actually a
Yeah,
couple of recording studios there.
yeah. To be honest, it was all rave music when I was going.
Yeah.
Or like one night we ended up in a blues party because the rave wasn't on, and that got raided by the police. It was crazy.
So when was the first time really that you became aware and not part of Awesome Three, even if it was just as a
It
support?
it was about 2 years after that. I'd say I was about 23. In the Black Boy in Wythenshawe.
Around the corner from where I grew up in Bagley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to just see Steve Gorton in there. We became friends. And to be honest, it was down to they were all City fans in there.
They were, weren't
And
they?
yeah, and he was a United fan, and he was on his own chanting the United songs. So I got on the stage with him, so backed him up, became his backing singer.
I just about remember Steve
Awesome.
Gorman at school, and
Yeah,
I knew Dave Johnson anyway,
yeah.
and they were the catalyst for the beginning of Awesome Three. Was it with Sean Hughes?
Shane Hughes,
Shane Hughes, sorry, and
the three of them. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And Shane ducked out, and then Pete Orme joined. But don't he was there when Don't Go was written, but Shane was there for like when Hard Up and Freedom of Life. So he was the original member, and he's come back, which is
oh,
weird. Yeah, he's back, Shane. We can't
oh.
have Dave because he's abroad somewhere living undercover.
Doesn't surprise me at all with Dave, not in the
No,
slightest.
no.
What's the story? What's the story behind? How come they got that deal nailed down with XL Records within a matter of minutes, wasn't it?
No, that was A&M
A&M
record.
Records in Manchester.
Yeah, yeah. What it was, the A&R man from A&M Records, was in, what's it called, Spinning, where Kenny Grogan used to have Spinning, and Steve Gorton and Dave Johnson had got in with this tape. And at the same time, he'd been there to sign together Hardcore Uproar.
Yeah.
And he'd gone all the way from London. They said no, so he was proper fed up. They walked in while he's there, plays this tape, and he said, "Do you want to sign a record deal?" But they were on a train to London the next day. It's crazy.
That quick.
Wow.
Yeah. And Hard Up was made, which sound very, very similar to Hardcore Uproar.
There is a little bit of it that does actually sound similar to Hardcore Uproar,
Yeah, it's
doesn't
the
it?
same riff, isn't it? It's
Yeah, pretty much the same riff.
Assault on Precinct 13. That sample's in there, isn't it? Basically. So they used the same riff, but it was called Hard Up. So come on. He was clever at his job, wasn't he? Yeah, he wasn't daft.
What was the
everyone
next?
always asked me which was first, Hardcore Uproar or Hard Up. It was Hardcore Uproar, I'm afraid.
It was Hardcore Uproar, just about. See, I even saw a stupid quote years ago saying the Awesome Three didn't get the recognition because for the Manchester scene because people thought they were from London.
Yes.
Which I just found absolutely just unbelievable when everybody was, even like the Donnellys, you know, with the Georgoi, they were wearing that on the stage. A.D. Winters was there with them.
Yeah, they give them all the clothes and everything.
Yeah.
So it was because they were sort of sponsoring them at the time, so they had all Georgoi. Back then, it wasn't the Georgoi that we know now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's changed, hasn't it?
It really has changed. It was more fun back then, though.
It was. Remember when they had the nightclub?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone was just getting in for free, weren't they?
And at Donnelly's farm as well. But I also look back on really fond memories with when we were talking about Aussies and the parties that Gary Myers had put on in Woodhouse Park in the flats and that. I really enjoyed them days. It was good fun to be around them. It kind of brought us together. Stop the football violence as well, Ecstasy, for a little while.
They all got together, didn't they? Left the politics at the door and you just got on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And everyone looked at everyone, you know, and in 96, the scene just changed, didn't it?
Yeah, dramatically.
It did. But then you've got to understand that what sort of drugs were coming into it then.
Yeah.
And everyone just became charged up and I didn't like it. And I stopped about 96 going out.
Did you think looking back now that line from that Julia McDermott sang that I can't believe cannot bear to leave you leave me, don't, I'm begging you don't go.
It was so simple, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's synonymous now. It's known everywhere. Did you think that'd ever be
known here?
Yeah. Did you think that'd ever be like that?
No, I don't think they did because it was actually the double A side that it wasn't even supposed to be the main.
Was it Strong Ed on the other side?
Headstrong,
yeah, on the other side, yeah.
And then it just sort of flipped, didn't it? So it was a bit weird that. And now the amount of remixes out there is just phenomenal.
Yeah, there's loads.
Yeah, I got sent a video last week and it was a kid in Greenfields and he's playing Don't Go, but I'm like, I've never heard that mix before. So
where was it? Where was the video film for that?
Which video?
For that song for Don't Go?
Well, the original video was one that XL had just mashed up together. In 96, it got re-released with added vocals, which had nothing to do with Steve. And God knows where that came from. It was all cheesy, wasn't it?
Say that again, sorry, the last bit. It was all what?
It was really cheesy. Really cheesy. And Steve wasn't happy because that wasn't the reason he wrote that song to end up like that. And he was never asked about that remix either.
That's awful. They didn't even ask if they could do it or wow.
No. Only when it came to royalties, they came back to Steve and said, well, we want a portion of Don't Go royalties. And he told them where to go because they never asked his permission to write that.
And
Wow.
I take it Steve had full with it, with his masters and that he had them himself.
Yeah, but what happened back in the day, and it happened with a lot of bands. I mean, it happened to the Stone Roses, didn't it? Where record companies were a bit dodgy, weren't they? And they'd make you sign contracts, and before you realised it, you'd signed your life away, basically, because they're
Yeah.
throwing this money at you, aren't they?
Yeah.
And what they didn't realise, they'd signed the vocal rights and everything away. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, let's be
That's
honest.
awful.
Back then, we're not the sort of people that could afford solicitors to go and look over our contracts and do that sort of
Yeah,
thing. I suppose.
yeah, definitely.
So they've
So
just been taken
he
advantage
didn't
of.
have a hand in that at all. He was angry about that, to be fair. And it just I don't know, that version was just awful. It just turned it in from an underground dance track to a pop song.
Yeah, not so
Just
much techno
Yeah.
anymore, was it at all?
no, not at all. They just did it like proper
It,
cheesy, and even the video was cheesy. It was like cringe,
yeah.
But yeah, that's what they do, don't they?
When did you come to the forefront of Awesome Free as well, and actually get joined in with vocals and things like that?
Well, what it was originally, the original vocalist, because she was from Wythenshawe as well. She did the gigs, but it just wasn't working, to the point where Steve was just like, "Get her out of the car. I can't put up with her anymore." She wouldn't help with the setting up of the stuff and things like that. And he said, at the end of the day, we can get anyone to do it, can't we? And they'd have been booked for a gig in Northern Ireland, and Steve came to me and he said, "Do you fancy doing this gig?" And I was like, "Me?" He was like, "Yeah, you can dance. Just get up there. You just mime it. So I was like, "Right, okay." And he's like, "You can get new trainers," because I was like, "That's what you did, didn't you, back in the day? Like new tricks." And we went over to Ireland. Oh, that was just unbelievable. It was when all the troubles were going on, and
Oh,
Dave Dave Johnson went in the airport, and we had all these flight cases with the keyboards and everything. And the woman made a comment like when she was weighing it, she went, "My God," she said, "that's heavy." And he went, "Oh, it's all right." He said, "It's only a bazooka." And we just went, "No." And the next minute, all this security come. Steve was calling all the names under the sun, and they said, "You realise what you've just said." Luckily, he didn't get arrested, I'll tell you. He was very lucky.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Wow.
we got there, and it was a very scary place back then. Very scary. We had
Yeah.
guns put in the car every 5 minutes, with blockades and what have you. And I went
Oh,
in the club, and the stage was about 2 inches high, and I had them all in my face for my first time. And then Dave Johnson went, "That's it, you're doing it from now on." And that's how it sort of happened. I was producing at the time myself as well. So and just sort of fell into that. And then I ended up singing it myself on PAs.
awesome.
Yeah. So, and now I just like my DJing, to be honest. Getting too
Yeah.
old for that prancing on stage.
How did it evolve into that? I mean, it's been a progression, hasn't it? And it's keeping the brand going, it's keeping the name alive. And you've now been at the forefront of it. And you're DJing everywhere, aren't you, really?
Yeah, I'm not doing too badly at the moment. Well, me and Steve, the band split up officially in '96, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. I went on to me and Steve actually signed to Planet 4 Records doing drum and bass with Chris Joyce and what was his name now? From Lion Rock and Roger Lyons, and we went on to do that. And then I got into horses, and I went and was dealing horses and stuff like that. And then me and Steve sort of got back in. Well, we were never out of touch because we had a daughter together, you see.
Yeah.
So we were never out of touch. And somebody had come to me and said, "Can you not get Awesome 3 back together?" And so I got in touch with Steve, and Steve says, "Well, will you be my manager?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." So he said, so we got our first gig at Bowlers, it was, for More Cake. And I said, "We'll have to get a vocalist." He said, No. He said, "You do it." And I was like, flipping it, after all these years, getting back on stage. He said, "Well, if you don't do it, we're not doing it." So I ended up back in the on stage. And then he comes back and he says, we need a DJ for the band. And I was like, okay. He said, you've got 2 weeks, you've got a gig book to learn. I was like, what? Yeah, so I got this like control. I learned in 2 weeks and did my first gig, and that was it. I just started getting bookings everywhere.
Wow.
It's crazy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We bumped into each other up in Scotland in May at the pavilion. Yeah. I've actually just got a little message actually from Amanda Andrews, and she said, like, thank you for playing Fool's Gold as soon as you saw her face.
I know. It had to be done, didn't it?
Yeah.
A bit of Manchester in Scotland.
Yeah.
Because it's a tune I like to drop. If I'm playing in Manchester, I'll either drop that or New Order. You know, even though it's not the usual set that you hear when you go out clubbing it, it's just for Manchester. For me, it goes.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, yeah, I like that.
Is it a regular thing with Lego, the MC?
Not with the DJing side. If we do PAs, then we get Lego. But with the DJing side of it, a lot of clubs don't like MCs.
Yeah, I'm not keen.
No, a lot of people aren't. And we have tried it. And then you've got people coming up going, can you just turn that mic off, please? So, yeah, it happens all the time. So now it's just people are just booking me to DJ, unfortunately. So
are you having fun? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. It's very nerve-wracking though, because a lot of the old school DJs are males. So it's like next week I'm out with Nicky Black Market and people like that, and they're legends in the scene. Yeah. So yeah, so I managed to cut it, you know, and I've had some good feedback off a lot of good DJs. So that's nice to hear.
Yeah, you can.
I'm sure they keep booking you, so I'm sure you're doing a great job. I mean, everyone wants to see
right.
And you can see by the crowd as well. The crowd in there was absolutely fantastic when you was at it. It was top.
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
Where else have you been this year?
Ibiza and Northern Ireland. Now it's nice and calm there. I was out in Alicante, London, Manchester. I've done quite a lot, and I've got the next 2 months really is just hectic, absolutely hectic. The next 2 months, I'm like, I can't get rid of this cold, you know, get back into it. I was in Lichfield on Friday night. The week before that, I was in Manchester and Burnley. So it's just, yeah.
What's next for you guys?
For me personally, I'm over in London next weekend at Light and Box with Nicky Black Market and a few others. And then I've got on the 15th of November, no, the next week after that, I'm in Benidorm at that Kevin and Perry. Do Benidorm. Yeah. So I'm over there for a few days. Then the week after that, I'm over in Southampton for Platinum Sessions with Sarah Nash.
That's cool.
Then, yeah, the 22nd, I'm in Cov for Rave History. And then on the 6th of December, I'm in Liverpool for Back to the Dock. Boxing Day, Back by Don't Demand. And then New Year's Eve, I'm in Manchester.
You're doing Back by Don't Demand?
Yeah, on Boxing Day.
Where's that? Where actually are you playing that?
Gorilla.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
You think you'll be up in Scotland again next year?
I have no idea. No idea at all. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? It depends. I mean, there's a couple of times, to be honest, my agents come to me and said, oh, they want to book you. This has been this year. And then they've turned around and said no. But then they've made that connection, but then something's gone wrong in the middle of it and it's not happened. So we'll see. But I'll probably be out in Spain again next year as well, which we like those gigs, don't we? Because you've got nice sun.
Well, I'll make sure that I include all your links for your upcoming gigs in the bio on the interview when it drops next Friday. And thank you for your time. It's been a great talking to you. Thank you.
Yeah,
really nice meeting you.
For having me.
You're welcome. Take care.
And you take care.
Bye-bye.
See ya.